بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So I was just mentioning a few things, a few little points, a few little things that came to mind regarding my journey. So when I went to visit one of my relatives, they gave me some, when we went there, they have some fruits that they grow in their backyard. So you have bananas, you had figs, a few mangoes, kind of what else they have. If you look at all of these fruits, so in England we have fruits. We got mango, we got banana. So nice big banana, nice, all similar sizes, nice and yellow. Yes. Then you have figs, other fruits, watermelon, nice. And when you give you the fruits in Barbados that grow in the backyard, yes, different shapes. Some are dark green. No, you have the nice luscious yellow banana. Some dark green. Some are like bruised. They call the black spots on it. Yes. Somebody got some Barbados and get vexed at me. You come across and eat your food, you go back there and talking to me. You ain't got no shame. No? Then get vexed. How dare you? But this is what I told you before as well. That sometimes we get so familiar with what is wrong, when we see the right, we think it's wrong. That's how fruits are supposed to be. Fruits are not supposed to be shiny, yellow, all the same color and the same shape. These are all modified. When you have these proper yellow bananas, these have been sprayed. You're following? So we become so familiar with these kind of fruits that have been they've been genetically modified. They've grown in certain conditions. They've sped up in their growth. It's not normal. And sometimes they're so sweet that that's not how it's supposed to be. So when you see the actual normal, healthy, grown fruit that's grown naturally without any pesticides, any modification, it just looks, this is a bit weird. This is a bit, but that's how it's supposed to be. The mangoes that you have, natural mangoes, it's not been like modified or sprayed because of transportation. So I mentioned the same story as well when we were at Umrah last time. You have the small chicken, you have big chickens in England. When you see a small little chicken, you think, why is it so small? But that small chicken is actually the race size of the chicken. So from this, again, the same point we learned is that when we live in a society, we see certain things. We become so familiar. Like, for example, like, you were born in a particular era, so you don't know of anything but this. You grew up in a particular area, you don't know anything but this. So then sometimes what is right and what is wrong becomes distorted. Do you understand? So that's why we always have to, I always use the word, you have to anchor ourselves. We have to anchor ourselves and check back our behavior with the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Check back and anchor ourselves with the Sahaba, the Sahabiyat. If not, then we would just think, these fruits that we get in the supermarket is the right good fruit that looks so nice, so appealing, and these ones that are natural, they're not that good because they don't taste as good. They taste good, but like you can see, it's not as sweet. Sometimes, or sometimes they're damaged, they're a bit bruised, or they're not a shiny color. That's not what it's supposed to be. This is all manufactured. So sometimes our perception of reality is like it's distorted because we don't even see the reality. Yeah, so sometimes I was just reading right now is a couple of, I don't know when it was, Khabib, the MMA boxer. So he came on some sports show, I don't know, he came, and there was a lady, and he just put his hand there saying, no, I'm not shaking her hand, because, so everybody went in him, well, not everybody, but all of them went in a meltdown, that how dare he, he's not shaking on his hand. And somebody said, well, so then obviously you have, in the comments, you have all different types of for, against. And somebody put a comment up saying, well, you have hundreds and thousands of young girls, 18, 19, 20, on fans only, like humiliating themselves and displaying themselves. Nobody blinks an eyelid on this. And somebody, out of honor, say, I'm not going to shake a woman's hand out of honor, respect. That, he didn't say that, like disdainfully. The way he judges, I respect you, but I don't shake another woman's hand out of respect for you. That they got thing. Because now, reality is distorted. Reality is distorted. What is actually respect? How is it actually? And another interesting thing as well, there's a clip from, again, all people start commenting on it, so you have all these different interesting comments. They had this clip from BBC Archives. It might be on YouTube, I'm not sure. Check BBC Archives. So they had a picture, they had a mannequin. This is in, I think, one of the London or Liverpool or Manchester in the 1960s, 70s. They had a mannequin with like a skirt, a woman like a skirt, the kind of dress. So the women there were wearing scarves. Like the British women, proper English, I don't know if it's right, would say right, proper white English women, no immigration, nothing. And they were all saying, who would wear something like this? This is absolutely like, I can't remember the words that you like. This is 30. This is like immoral. How would you wear this? So in that time, for them, this skirts and this low dressing is very immoral. Now, come 30, 40, not 30, about 60 years later, if you were to dress with a scarf, what do you say? You're oppressed. So go back. It's not checking BBC archives on the YouTube or whatever it is, BBC archives. Are you following? There was one picture sometimes. Again, they have all these things, but again, this is how the world is. People, Allah give people tawfiq, they're able to understand. And there's a picture that I have from Preston in 19 something, an old video. Obviously, it was only white people then. There was no, the British, there was no immigrants then. So people say, this is how Britain used to be before. But you can also look at it, the only thing you're seeing is colour. Every single woman there is wearing long skirts, right to her knees, right to not knees, her ankles, and is wearing a scarf. This is how Preston used to be that time. Nobody's wearing a skirt, nobody's showing cleavage, nobody's got short sleeves. All the men have a little hat on. You funny? So things change, and wherever you're born in, you think this is normal. Marriage, people don't get married anymore. So zina is normal. So when you born in a life where everybody does zina, it's like it's normal. Everybody does it. What's the issue with it? Because your perception is being warped. You don't realize, where do you anchor yourself? What's normal? For you, normal is only what everybody's doing. But eventually that has changed over a long period of time. Are you following me? So what is normal? So everybody does it, but why is everybody doing it? Have you checked? Have you researched? Have you seen what's original? That's why you have to link back to the Quran, link back to the Sunnah, link back to the Sahaba. Then you realize, oh right, this is actually what normal is. Because normal now is not, even forget Islam, even the normal society of people, what happens now, where we have LGBTs, like it's supposed to be normal right now. 100 years ago, it wasn't normal. So societies keep changing and it keeps growing. So if you don't check the original fruit, what bananas are supposed to look like, what apples are supposed to look like, what mangoes are really like, without pesticide, without modification, what chicken's size really is, without being made so huge. Even sometimes you see the pictures of in Pakistan, the big cows for Qurbani. Those have been modified. That's not how it's supposed to be. They make them hungry, so they eat and eat and eat. And these cows sometimes, and sometimes even the chickens are so big, they can't stand on their own feet. They just collapse because they're too heavy. So you're having all these modification. So society is modified. Animals are modified. So how do you have to check the asal? You go back to the roots, check the Quran, check the Sunnah. What is adab? What is respect? How are we supposed to interact with others? And that's what happens. If you don't check, because we are this internet society. And the only thing that can keep us anchored is original sources. Why? If not, we can go anywhere. You understand? So don't just thought, everybody is doing it. Because everybody was doing it all the time. In the area that you live, in the city that you live, in the area that we live, it's become the norm. But it may not be normal. And you don't want to end up thinking that, this banana is bruised when it's actually the right banana. We say, this is so backward. Women are wearing scarf. But England, women in normal, like the locals used to wear scarf. The men used to wear hat. They used to cover their body. They used to show respect to the elders. All of these things used to be a normal society. You would have the respect, even if you look at how they had books, how to treat your husband, then they said when he comes home, make sure everything is ready, make sure you're clean. 1960s, like how to be a good housewife. Now it's completely changed. No? So, you're following? So you have to say, well, forget 1960s, forget 2022, 2020s. What's the Sunnah? What did Allah teach us? What did Rasulullah teach us? You understand? If not, you end up seeing a good banana and think, this is not a good banana. You see a good fruit, think, this is a damaged fruit. You see a chicken and think, nice big chicken, but that chicken is full of, that's not a normal chicken, that's modified. You see a big bull, and you realize, you think that's a good bull, but that bull has been modified genetically. So societies have been modified, our fruits are being modified. So you have to go back and check with the asal, check with the Sunnah, check with the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ability to act upon this. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka.